Orders are as follows. Okay, and we're back in the second part for this epilogue, and hopefully I can include everything in this second part, and I don't have to do another cut to make it in 3-parters. But yeah, let's start by reading some of the correspondence, see how long they are. Hopefully they're not that long, and then maybe I'll read some of them, then speak with one of the characters, read some more, and then speak with another character. So it's a bit of a mix and match, so I don't just sit here and just read them. But yeah, official guild letter. To the hero of the realms, we have followed your adventure closely. From the day you fell from that doomed nautiloid to the final blow you struck to the netherbrain as it loomed over the Sword Coast. We are but the humble guild who pride ourselves in telling stories, not unlike the tales to be written of you for many years to come. How inspired we have been to witness your feats, awesome and terrible, the lives you've saved and sundered, the friendships you've found. Thus, we thought to extend a greeting. Thank you for your adventuring with such creative determination, such panache, enough to touch the hearts of each of our number. With deepest gratitude, the Guild of Great Genius. So the GGG. Is this in a way like a letter from the developers? Like saying like thank you for playing the game and whatnot. Sounds like it. Okay, letter from Art. Oh, Art Colon. Okay, I was about to say like who's Art? Couldn't remember. To an old acquaintance, I write to you from the sunny porch of the Last Light Inn. A light breeze blows now and then. People are milling in and out, builders, visitors, the children of all ages in Halcyon's care. I can no longer hold a quill or eat without assistance. A kind friend is transcribing this for me. Thaniel, rejoined with Oliver, has promised to be with me when the end comes. And as our old songs drift on the wind, ever louder, I know I have mere days left. But I do not fear it. If not for your help, this land would still be shrouded in darkness, and I still be lost within it. Know that my heart is full and happy, and I'm grateful for my last moments. Do visit someday, and if you have time to stop by an old Flaming Fist's grave, I know I'd love to see you. Art Kala. Damn, man, damn. So he didn't make it. Or he'll not make it. Letter from Ravengard. Hero of Baldur's Gate, vanquisher of the Absolute. The city is forever in your death. For without your valor, your audacity, your sacrifice, you would not know renewal. It is not temples and inns and homes that I speak of, but hearts. Baldur's Gate can never be the city it was before it suffered the Absolute's touch. And that is as it should be. The survivors have borne witness to their home Nir's destruction. They have come to regret turning a blind eye to the cruelty Gortash disguised as safety and security. And they understand, just as I have come to understand, that trust, compassion and unity are the foundation of Baldur's Gate. Our gates are open once more to the disowned and displaced. The Flaming Fist will learn to be true servants of the people. And I will devote myself to ridding the gate of the shameful fears that allowed evil to enter our homes and sit at our tables. Yours, Ulder Ravengard. Letter from Arabella. Hey you, it's Arabella. You remember, right? Bone Man once said I needed to find balance. Where creation meets ruin, where morning meets midnight, the root of all being, fancy talk. He was right though. After I touched that idol in the grove, it was like a big tree started to grow in my head. And all these weird thoughts and feelings and powers sprouted on its branches like big black leaves. I had to figure myself out. So I followed the weave, like Bone Man said. I don't know how I knew what to do. I just did. After you squished the brain, Beardman showed up. Said the weave led him to me, and me to him. He's teaching me how to make sense of all those leaves on my head tree. He says I need to use magic responsibly. He also says not to call him Beardman. I'll let you know how it goes. Is she referring to Gale or Elminster? Because Gale does have a bit of a beard. Letter from Edward. Oh, this is the... right. The guy that wanted to print slander. Okay, a small extract from a self-published polemic tabloid. A notice attached at the top. I will not be silenced, E. Needling with Edward. Friends, Baldurians, my people. Consider our loss. Our lauded and benevolent patriarchs maimed. Our great upper city library is demolished. The very beating heart of our great city. The right to speak freely, dead upon the cobbles. Do you not see, my friends? Lord Gortash, formerly our greatest bulwark against the Absolute, is now smeared as a collaborator? His allies and colleagues tossed aside. Former publication of repute turning to censorious farces. I ask you. The pamphlet continues in much the same fashion. Right. I doubt Arabella is around here.
Tara, never knew you to be cruel.
I said it to you, not them.
Said what, Tara?
Let me know.
Tara.
I can't believe this is quite...
I was wondering if I could ask Gail about the letter from Arabella, but I think maybe she means Elminster. Okay, letter from Mirage. My friend, no. My darling. Oh, okay, Mirage is the one obsessed with the blood. Greetings from Menzo Beranzan, where the blood you so kindly traded me is ready to play its part in resurrecting the glorious house of Blodra. From the moment I saw you, I knew you had power, and I knew that I could harness it. I knew that it could be mine. Soon I will descend into the abyss my people call the Claw Rift, searching for my lost house in its depths. Will it be dangerous? Oh yes, most dangerous. But don't fear, darling. Your strength will see me through. I will find the ruins of my house, and when I emerge again, it will be as a matron mother of a house reborn. All thanks to you. All thanks to the power in your blood. Until we meet again, my darling. Araj Oblodra, master of the sanguine arts. Okay, one more letter, then speak with one of the companions. Letter from Sebastian. After so long in a vampire cell, I'd almost forgotten how to write. Never mind what to write, but what can you say to the person who unlocked your cage and gave you your life back? Or gave us some kind of life, at least. After we killed Cazador and opened ourselves, we fled into the Underdark. There were thousands of us, a ravenous wave, mad with freedom and out for blood. And gods, did we find blood? We swarmed every monster and unfortunate in our path, drinking what we could. We lost hundreds along the way, some to beasts, but most just disappeared into the dark. It wasn't easy, but eventually Cazador's house spawn calmed us and took control. We found some old ruins we could call home, and we've been there ever since, building new lives for ourselves. We're not free down here. The dark will chain us forever, but we aren't the prisoners we once were either, and that's thanks to you. You looked in our cages and saw people, not monsters. And here, down in the shadows, we're trying to live up to that. Thank you now and forever, Sebastian. Awesome. So, okay, Sebastian, that's the letter I left. Will, I guess I'll start with you.
There you are, my friend. Breathe deep. Can you smell it?
Breathe deeply and take in the scents around you. I need to do... Would have been interesting to fail this one.
You take in every scent the night breeze carries. Sweet honeysuckle, tender violets, and an earthy fragrance you can't quite recognize.
I smell fragrant flowers and a mysterious accent I can't quite place.
Forest trees draped in moss. Bittersweet, smoky, and that faintest hint of vanilla. A far cry from the rancid Avernus heat that's been clogging my lungs. I swear, the three of us have felled enough cambions to build a fortress with their horns. Who'd have thought that just one of those fiends held the key to escaping Avernus for good? If those blueprints work, we might be able to fix Karlach, and she might be able to go home to Faerun.
I'm glad you could slip away to see your father. He must be so proud of you.
I've seen him more than a few times, and he's as proud of me as I am of him. He's leading the city's renewal, opened the gates to all newcomers, rebuilt the council from scratch. And he's back in his element, commanding the Flaming Fist with brave heart and no shortage of empathy. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's Chosen primed the Fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, fathers pardoned every last fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. His words, not mine. He
Nice.
still believes in the bow and the blade, but with Floric's help, he's teaching the Fist a new lesson. Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered. May they all take it to heart.
And how have you been faring without your warlock powers?
I think the splinters I made out of the last bone devil I saw speak for themselves. Not to pat myself too hard on the back, but I'm not such a bad ranger if I do say so myself. Well, that's enough hell talk for the moment. The night's young. You shouldn't go wasting it. Or wasting any of the wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oh, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
Stale loaf of bread just to
Is
get
your
by.
class changed then?
A beautiful night. I wish it could last forever.
It is. It doesn't say warlock ranger now. Interesting. Alert, beast tamer, bounty hunter, colossus slayer. Sentinel, blade of frontiers. Interesting. So he's not a warlock anymore. Well, duh. But yeah,
I must be
nice to
careful
see
not
that
overindulge
they
tonight,
took that in consideration and
lest I
changed his class to ranger.
and slip into bear form.
Where did you go? Will? Where did you run off to? I'm just curious to see if there's more to... Ah, there you are.
Cheers to you. Cheers to Withers. Cheers to all of us. Cheers to...
Okay, I guess that's everything. I keep hearing Bo, or is the owlbearer? Okay, that's a meat over there. I thought the owlbear did something on the ground. Okay, what about this Baldur's Gate gazettes? Storm's army dispersed from Baldurian borders. Is that? Is that Lae'zel? A picture of her. Might be. Raven Guard returned to full strength. Is this Gondians disband? Gon's time has come and gone.
It smells so good here.
We have several murders solved. Is this supposed to be like Tobin, or what was his name? I think it was Tobin. The
I could eat a
Gondian
beholder.
that
What's
was
cooking?
in the Steelforge and got himself killed. All the soldats clear from the Temple of Baal. Again, looks like a picture of Lae'zel.
Nice to return to familiar environs.
6 months since the assassination of Archduke, Gortash, and then... yeah, monument plan for the heroes of High Hall. fine. Right. Happy.
whole gang
Who
is
are
here.
you exactly?
Wish I'd had time to polish up the horns.
Ah,
No.
breathe deep, Boo. The smell of heroes sings from every stone in this place. Ah, to meet again where your journey began, my friend. An honor. For Minsk and his hamster both. Oh, and for Happy also.
Oh,
Yes, honored, of course.
oh, okay. So he's actually part of the conversation with Minsk then? Yeah, who is this then?
See how your very presence snatches the breath from his chest? And it is no wonder. It is just this day that Happy learned of your legend, while we gazed down upon the very city you saved.
He dangled me from the high hall, upside down, for 2 hours.
The guild should not go creeping in high places if they do not have the stomach for them, It is well for Happy the strange portal appeared when it did. Minsk's arm was growing achsome.
Minsk. I mean, you're still chasing after the guild? I thought you'd made peace with them.
So I have. Though it is a peace made more from blade and boot than it is any sense of brotherhood. 9 Fingers forbade any looting of the Illithid's fleshy vessels, and so Minsk guards what remains of the battle site, even from her. But where Minsk might once have thrown any sneaking scoundrels from the tower top, now I tell them of you. How you ruled the wickedness within. How they might do the same.
Yes, I'll rule it. I'll be better.
Though, of course, it is still for Boo to decide if they live or die.
Of course.
Oh, gods.
But enough, my friend! I cannot tell your tale if I do not know the whole of it. Minsk and Boo would know where you have been, what you have done.
I've been in the hells with Karlach, fighting off devils and looking for a cure for her heart.
Oh, Boo, do you know what it would mean? To find a cure for Karlach's heart? Exactly! Her heart would be cured! Oh, when this day comes, you must come and bunk with Minsk and Boo. Fear not, we sleep in that sewer no longer. It is a different sewer, much less damp beneath the bedroll. Now, Halfling, Boo will not have you embarrassing him in front of his friends, so you ought to know the rest of the company you keep. Will Ravengard, the Blade of Frontiers, Devil-Horned and Angel-Hearted. Lae'zel of Creshkiller, true child of Gith, and true friend to Boo, though she will and say it is not so. Astarion, who is banished by the sun itself for fear his Spanish soul might outshine it. We visit him much down in the dark places, though he often moves his lair without remembering to tell Minsk where.
I wonder why.
Shadowheart. 2 gods dogged at her soul, but she managed to keep it all for herself in the end. Wait, Boo, did she do something with her hair? Halsin, Archdruid of Arch... somewhere. He is a much better man than he smells. And there, the champion of the Hells herself. Karlach Demon's Bane, Devil's Bane, Merkul Ball and Bane. Once the guild is made of goodness once more, Bull shall scratch the hells wide open and find a way to bring her back. And finally, Jahira. If this is a name you do not already know, then not even Boo can save you. Study them well, sneak thief. For the best among them will be a guide for your guild. Heroes who put the city before themselves, who never falter in their duty. And more than this, who never arrive to a party without even a gift for the host.
But wait!
Go, my friend. Be among our friends. There is much work yet to be done before this one is fit to join them.
Okay, I wanted to talk with just Happy, but... Okay, can I just talk now with just
He's
Happy?
going to kill me, isn't he? Not the big mad bastard. The hamster.
It's a miniature giant space hamster. If you don't know the difference,
Not the...
then you're already gone. Minsk?
We shall conclude our business with the thief. But have no fear, my friend. Boo will save you a dance.
Thank you.
Boo.
Okay, so that's everything from Minsk. So that should leave only Karlak. But we have more to read. Just double checking to see. Yeah, just Karlak. It's also Crash Killer, not Killer, but yeah, I can see why he would make that mistake. This is very similar. Okay, first letter from Sebastian at the Red Last. Glory. Dear friend, I doubted you for so long. Perhaps you knew that already, in spite of my best attempts. You proved yourself time and again at Joaquin Rest, in Moonrise Towers, in Worm's Rock, and I still doubted. The Netherbrain's defeat should have proven your courage, yet I was more doubtful than ever. This was a ruse, a dream, a trick. And then one eve, from the elf song, I heard it, singing. A raucous, lewd, tuneless, drunken refrain. I never heard anything more terrible than more beautiful. I raised my voice and joined the chorus. That was the moment all my doubts melted away and were replaced with something more valuable, hope. Baldur's Gate will be whole again. I might have doubted you, but you never did. With profound admiration, Lorik. Letter from the girl. To the spawn, Astarion. Greetings from the family of Ulma, hunters of monsters and keepers of peace across Faerun. We know this letter finds you well, for although we hunt you no longer, we do sometimes keep a watch. Your restraint and control over your bloodlust has been admirable. Indeed, it has been an inspiration for our children, who have struggled with their own hunger. These last months have been difficult time for our people. We have protected and nurtured our children as best we can, and we have learned much. Herbs we once used to dull our foes' minds and are now sedatives to ease hunger and pain. Restraints built to hold the undead now protect them from themselves. There has been a lot of pain, but a lot of progress too. Our children learned discipline and control, while we learned compassion and patience. There was a time when we would have destroyed any undead creature, our own blood or not, and call it mercy. But then we met you. We saw that redemption was possible. Difficult, yes. Painful, but possible. You saved our children first from Cazador, and then from us. For that, we thank you. We will watch you still, but with more admiration than fear. Walk in peace, Astarion. Okay, I'm surprised that I got that letter. Letter from Alfira. I was wondering if she was in a camp, but nope. Hello, friend. I'm sorry it's been so long, but I have the most amazing news. You know how Lacrisa was working insane hours at the Elf Song Tavern? Well, she woke me up one morning all excited and told me she had a surprise for me. She took me to a house in the lower city that had a plaque hanging upside down. A plaque with your and Lihala's names on it, and School of Music beneath. I just burst into tears. I couldn't believe it. It's the cutest house you've ever seen, with a big open space downstairs and a small loft where we can sleep. Words spread, and before I knew it, I had the room packed with trainee bards from Candlekeep to Waterdeep. Lacrisa had to quit the elf song to help out. I'm teaching night and day and fall into bed utterly exhausted every night. And I've never been happier. Do come and visit sometimes. We'd love to have you. Lots of love, Alfira. I wonder if this with School of Music is because I'm a bard as well. I'm just curious if you play other classes. Is just gonna be saying like, oh, it's just the Hala's name on it, or regardless what class you play, it says the same. Just out of curiosity. Letter from Barkus, to whom it may concern. Withers gave me this address and I said I could consider writing. Well, I considered it. Return address included. Best, Barkus route. Okay, straight into whatever point he wanted to make. Letter from Damon, or Damon. Hey there, wouldn't mind you passing this on to Karlak. Thanks a mil. Karlak, if you're reading this, you're alive. One way or another, you found the way. Thank the gods. I think of you often, wondering what's become of you. Write to me, won't you? Please. Yours faithfully, Damon. Sorry, Damon, here she's taken. Letter from Elminster. Gale, my boy. I can only apologize for my absence from Wither's little gathering. As you know, only the most urgent of business would keep me from indulging myself in his excellent taste in sweetmeats. And your esteemed company, of course. I was delighted to hear that you came to your senses with regards to that cursed crown. And delightful yet further when I learned that the orb's malingering presence no longer poses any threat. In that sense, at least. I hope you feel Mistra treated you fairly. I trust you're enjoying your adventures. I have to say, I struggle to picture you outside the Waterdeep. Or your library for that matter. Wherever your escapades take you, be sure to keep your larder well provisioned. After all, one never knows when an old friend might drop by. Elminster. Letter from Nocturne. Dear Shadowheart, I hope that you're happy and well. I must keep this short, as I remain surrounded by Shar's followers at almost every waking moment in my new enclave. I dearly wish for you to enjoy your night spent with your old friends, and I hope that you and I shall share such a reunion. I know it must seem strange for me to dwell on such heretical thoughts, yet I cannot help myself. Perhaps one day I shall find some measure of bravery that you did. Some measure of the bravery that you did, and walk away from this life. Until then, I shall keep safe, and hold memories of you as my one ember of light amid an ocean of darkness. Until we find each other again, yours always, Nocturne. Letter from Valeria. Salutations. I'm writing to request your help in a mysterious case that has arisen since your little Balian bash half a year ago. Regrettably, I have to take credit for dispelling the ball called in your absence, you understand. And I'm working on routing the remaining ballists from our fair city. This has made me a target. False document bringing my name into ill repute has been made public. An alleged unpaid bar tab at the Elf Song. If you happen to be passing through it a bundle of coin, perhaps you can persuade management of my obvious innocence. Much obliged. Investigator Valeria, Sleuth of Helm. P.S. Any advice on getting Bally's blood out of cloth? My hat's not been the same since the murder tribunal. I don't know, was it something salt? Rub salt? I don't know. Letter from Voss. Githyanki's crypt, Tirsu, adorns one side of the page. The other is written in the common tongue. Shellac. Orpheus may not be with us, but the comet shines ever bright. Breath by breath, battle by battle. Vlaki's death draws nearer. I have taken to the Oster plain, slaughter all who must be slaughtered, and spread the heir's truth to every possible ear, willing and unwilling. Many Githyanki have already taken up arms as warriors of the comet. Others have remained in their enclaves or traveled to Crash, dedicating themselves to our cause as scribes, spies, and slate scholars. But our allies do not all call themselves children of Gith. Zerit Menyar Agith, the Githzerite's god king, has requested an audience. There was a time I would have thought such a coalition unspeakable. But with the Githzerai at our side, not even the full force of the Kithraki could stop us. If Vlakith is to fall, perhaps the two skies must again be made one. Voss, Revical Theorpheus, Knight of the Comet. Letter from Hope. Aw. I had a dream last night. Not that there are any nights here, or any days. It was a dream about you, all of you, and you were here with me. And I had served bread and jam and odd crackers and cheeses and enough tea to quench a desert. You nibbled and sipped and smiled and laughed, and you asked if I was happy. Nobody has asked that for so long that I don't know if anyone else has ever asked at all. I didn't have the words to answer. Instead, I led you through my house and showed you all the souls that are here with me. They were Raphael's once, but now they only belong to themselves. The archive is an art gallery, the boudoir is a grand kitchen, and the dungeon is a refuge for any wounded soul or creature that finds its way to us. Am I happy? I don't know, but I am Hope, and I persist because of you. Later from Irina. Thought I'd reach out first for once. I finally had my baby. Ah, awesome. A beautiful boy. Can't believe I ever thought of giving up. He screams his head off half the night and I've barely slept, but I'm the happiest I've ever been. Other than my wedding day, of course. I decided to name him Connor, after his dad. With Ethel gone, myself and some other hike survivors have started our own publishing house. We've only printed a few pamphlets so far, but I'm halfway through my first book. Me, an author. It's like something out of a dream. Mind you, it's all about how to kill hags, but you know what they say, write what you know. With every pamphlet we publish, more people show up to our support groups. As happy as that makes me, it breaks my heart to see how much harm Ethel did. But so long as I live, another hag won't set foot in Baldur's Gate. You have my word. Anyway, the reason I'm writing isn't just to talk your ear off. It's to say thank you for saving a scared young girl who thought she'd be a terrible mother. I couldn't have been more wrong. Next time we meet, pints are on me. Marina. I thought for a second she's gonna say like, oh, I named my kid after you. So close. So close. Hit. Letter from Nabar. This stack of correspondence is hefty. The first letter is signed and dated from slightly before your encounter with the Netherbrain. Hi, hello. Greeting to you. I'm writing from inside the pigeon coop. Nabar, friend to all birds. So excuse any dried poo. I saw a letter tied to a pigeon leg and I had the words epidemic, epidermis, and epilogue are all crossed out here. Had an epiphany. I had one of those. I kept asking you what you thought I should be, but not what you needed me to be. Then I remembered you kept coming to talk to me. No one else has ever done that. So I know my place now. I hear my calling. I shall be your pen pal. I write you every 10 days. Right, gotta go. Need to start planning my letters. Yours relentlessly, Nabar, pile of pens. There are 17 more letters in the pile. Right. I guess. A letter from Nine Fingers. 3 more and then we can talk with Karlak. I'm not much for leaving my city, but it does gladden a girl's heart to be asked to the ball. So I'll thank you for that much. In my place, I set a few casks up of fine vintage that managed to roll their way down from the upper city in all the commotion. The rebuilding has given rise to many such happy opportunities, worth discussing over a more civilized drink in my guild hall, if you find yourself at the loose end. Enjoy the muck, and see if you can get the high harpers to sing. You won't be disappointed. NF. Zevlor. I hope my penmanship has improved somewhat in the past months. When I first stumbled into the city, I shook so badly that I could scarcely hold the soup the priest pressed into my hands, let alone write and thank you as you deserve. It is only when the city itself began to shake that I felt my hands grow still, along with the other veterans sheltering at the temple, discards of Elturel's unworthy legions. I watched that monstrosity rise over the city. We felt no fear, only anger, disgust, purpose and with it power. I do not know what oath we cling to now, or how long it will last, but we shall use it to ensure that this city will not suffer as Elturel did, whether it wants us or not. It is more than thanks alone I owe. No words can make amends for what I did to my people, but that is as it should be. More come to the temple every day to aid in the relief efforts, and if I am permitted to work alongside them, then I'm content. Come and see us when you can, Zevlor. And harp stamped letter. My friend, I hope this finds you wherever you are. I just wanted to thank you and ask a favor. I'm to be made a watcher. The High Harper put me forward to the Harper's Council for service to the city. I'm not sure what that means, but I know that if it wasn't for you, I'd be back mucking out my mother's yard. I'm permitted to bring one guest to the ceremony, who will name me Watcher before the council. You spoke for me once before. I understand you're probably busy, but I would be honored if you do it again. I wait your reply whenever you can, but hopefully soon. Harper Geraldus. Is this the guy that gave us the secret code telling that you're about to be ambushed way back in Rivington in one of the inns? I think it might be that guy. Right, so that's all the correspondence.
Scrounging in barrels and crates for supplies when he could source.
So
God, I remember one evening when
Kalek,
we had to eat 14
you might be the last
apples,
one to talk.
some fish heads and a stale.
Oh shit. Oh my god. He wasn't kidding. Where's your mad bastard? You brought us back!
Damn.
Commander Zula won't know where the fuck we went! Ha! Oh man, I can't wait to say hi to everyone. Look at them, the beauts. Rest up, soldier. My tin can will be all right for the night. And you and me will get to sleep with both eyes shut for the first time in 6 months? Then again, maybe we won't sleep at all.
I like the sound of that.
Me too, my love. See you soon.
Can I have a kiss?
Come here, you goon.
Well, Willie seems to be having a good time. We should enjoy ourselves too, before your heart heats up and we need to go head back.
She's got a night in her, I think. Any trouble and I'll toddle back off to hell quick as you please. Oh, hey, before you go, I've been thinking about those blueprints we found. Zariel's probably got a load of Cambions guarding that forge. I'm sure she knows I'll want in. She'll do anything to stop me from fixing this thing. I might have an in with one of the guards, though. An old acquaintance called Flo. Not sure she'll help us, but maybe. We might get to come home. Permanently. Maybe even sooner than we think.
That would be great.
It's so good to be back, isn't it? Oh, it smells like... like home.
Hey. Oh, I thought we were gonna have a long conversation with Karlak. Oh. I mean, you're thinking like this, we kind of spent the last 6 months together in Avernus, so what we could chat about. Okay, I think this is everyone. I'm gonna take a tour to see if I missed anybody by any chance. No, that's everybody. So all the other characters that are not here physically, a letter was sent. Otherwise, this would have been a bigger area. Okay, Tara.
Do let me know.
Still, I'm curious what you said to Gale, and Gale said like, "Why are you telling me this and not to them? You're being mean and all that." I guess we won't have the answer for it. I guess this is it. Withers. I guess it's time to end our adventure. Hard to do it, but it has to be done.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel?
I feel satisfied. I accomplished everything I wanted to do.
I am pleased to hear it. The satisfaction of one's intention is, to my surprise, a rare accomplishment. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much.
Yeah, I think I caught up with everyone. What comes next?
What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving.
Ah. To the greatest friends I could dream of.
To you.
Loving memory of our friend and colleague. Okay, so this is it. Now, I did kind of hear the news that no planned DLC and whatnot. Might need to see what exactly happened, because apparently there's some drama regarding all of this, and Larian Studios decided to, okay, I'm gonna focus on an entirely different thing and step away from Baldur's Gate and all this. So any hopes for any DLC or more. I don't know. Hopefully there's gonna be something more, and it's just like left in the air and not exactly if it's gonna be done or not. But yeah, this was a ton of fun, and I know I try to be as thorough as possible, and it's really hard to do it. Like, I think I managed to do the most of it in this playthrough, discover most of the things. But yeah, since there are so many options, permutations, choices, you won't have the same playthrough again. Yes, there will be some similarities if you choose the same options and you do some of the things, but considering what class you're gonna pick or how you wanna play it, then yeah, there will be that small differences that gives this game a lot of replayability, and that's really great. Because I'm pretty sure I might have encountered some things that other players have not encountered, and I think I already saw some of the things in other playthroughs that I've been skimming around on YouTube. There's like moments like, oh, that was something I could have discovered in that place where I was, but I didn't discover it. Maybe because I did not get a perception check or made a different choice, the role was different and all that. So every gameplay, every playthrough could be mildly different compared with other games that they say that you have the choices, but in a way if you replay the game you kind of know like all the choices what could be. Here you're kind of left in the dark and it's a blind playthrough, so to speak, all the time, not just you play 1 or 2 times and that's it, you found everything. So yeah, now I know the background story that I said to my character was like in search of like power and whatnot, but I kind of decided to weave it a bit more with the journey of this playthrough as well. Yes, at first, you know, in search of power, be powerful and all that, but along the way, along the adventure, there were some things that kind of I decided my character would be like, is it that? Is that gonna be everything, you know? Is that the way? That's why I did not push for some of the choices like Astarion to do the ritual, to complete the ritual, because I saw what he could potentially become and I didn't see it as a good thing. Then the same for Gale, I could have convinced him, you know what, why don't you become a god yourself? So yeah, and in the end I couldn't give up on Karlach, although it kind of feels having Will as a third wheel, so to speak. And I was like, when Will joined us in Avernus, I was like, yeah, sure, he can be like a bait, whatever. But yeah, looks like Will's voice actor, Bernard, Skillbore, Gull, J.K. Simmons, Jason Isaacs, yep. Some big names around here. And Cole Carnage, there he is. And well, this time looks like he has his full name over here. And yeah, additional cast. And it's probably most of the NPCs. Also, yeah, Matt Mercer or Minsk. So that's great. Yeah, look at all these NPCs, all voiced. Yeah, this is mind-boggling. Like how many different outcomes. But yeah, Anyway, yeah, that was the thing behind the story for my character, you know, because in a way I could have said, like, yeah, Gale become a god, Astarion do the ritual and all that. So yeah. Is it a 10 out of 10 game? Well, I'll never give any game 10 out of 10, and there are a couple of things during my playthrough as well that was a bit annoying sometimes, that the characters wouldn't follow you altogether. I still remember with Karlach, the first meeting, that I don't know how everybody got stuck behind and I did not notice. And I was like, yeah, I found Karlach, and I was like, guys, where are you? And I don't know, I think, I can't remember if everybody got stuck or just Will decided not to jump over the river and all that. So yes, mostly like small things like this. And there were a couple of conversations that seemed a bit out of place for that moment. The recent one that comes into mind. I know there were a couple more that during the playthrough, I don't know if I mentioned it, but while I was reading or the conversation was going, I was like, that seems a bit out of place, considering that I already did something and that should have kind of affected the conversation. But yeah, the recent one was the ambush from the ball cult, like just in the northern part of the park, and we found the letter from Orin. I was like, we kind of killed Orin way back. That for me kind of felt that it was a conversation that should be placed before you deal with Orin. That's why I was that one was a bit weird. Now, is it gonna drop 1 point, for example? Oh, it's a 9 out of 10 just for that conversation? No. But small things like this, they accumulate, and then you'll be like, not exactly 10 out of 10 if you really want to nitpick. Voice acting and all that was sensational. Really did a good job, in my opinion. So yeah, it deserves Game of the Year, to be honest. As you can see how much work it went into it, and so many ways they thought about it. And there are so many things you can do, you forget. I mean, I did not use Speak of the Dead for a while, then I remember, oh, Speak of the Dead, I have it, then I started to use it quite a lot. And then, now that I remembered again, I was like, well, again, I kind of forgot about Speak of the Dead. Because I was thinking I could have used Speak of the Dead in Sar's Palace, for example, with, what was it, Valeria? I can't remember, the young girl that was cursed with the necrotic thing. Can't remember the name. No, I don't think it was Valeria. Valeria was the investigator, I think. So yeah, I was wondering towards the end, like, what if I used the Speak of the Dead? Maybe I could have gotten more information and all that. So yeah, plenty of ways to play this game and all that. And this was like the good playthrough, because yeah, I know you can do an evil playthrough as well, and that's a whole different thing. I don't know, maybe for another time, and probably those ones I'm gonna keep in my spare time, as this is what, 100 something episodes, so not sure not sure if I should have another playthrough just of this one, but do an evil playthrough, another 100 something episodes. Who knows, maybe in the future, after a while, maybe I'll make another playthrough for the channel and do maybe an evil playthrough. By that time, maybe more stuff will be added, who knows. But yeah, for now, is this gonna cancel the credits? I'm just wondering if there's any after credits, or it's just gonna take me to the menu.
There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools, everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel. Felled by mortals, I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
Okay. Okay, so there were some after credits. So Withers is more than he appears to be. So he was like, do you think, did you thought I would not notice and all that? I have a feeling that Withers might be connected to some characters from the previous games. But I don't know who. I might need to do a lot of like research off screen because yeah, I know a bit of the D&D more or less, but not that much, you know. So if there's a lot of names, maybe some people that are playing this game will be like, oh, it's like that god from, I don't know, from whatever cleric is worshipping that god. They know a bit more information, or I don't know, that area, Rashomon, or Rashomon, was it? Minsk of Rashomon. I think I butchered the name. But yeah, unfortunately I don't have that much of information. So basically still really basic information for me. So yeah, I'm curious what's with Withers exactly. Because he was like cryptic and whatnot, so I say he was keeping his identity very hidden, very secret. So I don't know what's with him. Oh, I do hope there's gonna be more afterwards, and like DLCs or whatnot. If not, it's gonna be a bit sad. But I guess I'm gonna leave it here for this episode and playthrough. And I'll see you in the next ones, whichever they may be. So hopefully enjoy this journey, guys. But as always, don't forget to take care.